All right, Kevin. Well, we had some trailers drop last week. One of
Oh,
the big ones we've been waiting for is Dying Light 2. So you've seen this before, this footage. How did you feel about what they showed? And we got an October something release date too.
yeah. We got some juicy. I feel like all the stuff we got last week, these all juicy details.
Yeah.
They really put stuff out there. This looks uh it's either not looking quite as good as I remember, or it's just been like 4 years since we saw this. And like graphics have gotten better since the last time we saw this.
I kind of
But
feel you, but this also doesn't look
oh
bad to
yeah,
me.
it still looks good, but I still remember like when we saw that initial trailer, I'm like, oh my God.
Mm.
Wow.
And I'm willing to take for the graphics to take a back seat if they've added more like verticality to it, which it seems like they have, or
Sure.
just like in-depth systems. But yeah, maybe they could. And are we seeing next gen footage versus PC footage? And yeah,
Right.
there's a whole list of stuff. But
I mean, I'm also fine with it. I'm sure it's going to keep a good frame rate. I'm sure we're going to have super long draw distances, and that's going to keep me more immersed than looking more like Cyberpunk or something like that. Like,
right, right.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm very
oof.
excited. I'm also stoked that we get an actual date now. I know it was like almost a year of kind of not knowing where this thing was going to land, but
Right.
now we have a date for it. Looks like it's pretty much ready to go or very close to being done. Yeah, super excited. I really want to see how your decisions in the world affect the world because it seems like they're focusing on that quite a bit. At
Sneak
least with
pitch.
changing like the environment, it seems like that's what's going to be happening. But yeah, I mean, it looks dope, and it's been so long since the last one that I'm really hungry for this kind of gameplay again.
Excited. I know they talk about in this like really making that melee combat feel as juicy and as visceral
Hmm.
and crunchy as possible. And I feel like the last game did a pretty good job
Yeah.
from what I played of that. So if they can kind of take that to the next level, I think there've been some new kind of developments with you look at like inverse kinematics that they do in God of War to make those hits feel even better.
Mm.
I think they did a little bit of that in Vermintide, maybe, or either that or they just have a secondary animation. Or this is something they pointed out. Like sometimes people will pop in, like you may ally with somebody you wouldn't thought. That seems really interesting. If they get these characters, oh, this game could be good.
Yeah.
So
Some of the one-on-ones remind me, like here especially, of that traditional like newer Fallout style where when you go talk
I
somebody,
hear you.
it's just you and them.
But a little less like I'm talking to a mannequin that blinks
Right.
on very rare occasion. These feel
Yeah.
a lot. That was another thing too. Yeah, the facial animation. I feel like with all the trailers we got this week, the facial animation during cutscenes is I don't know if there's even a newer tech that's came out since like the Injustice thing, but it feels really great. I think the only thing we're still stuck with is like for some reason video game mouths look weird.
It's tough, but I'm sure that's going to be solved too. I mean,
This is something they brought up here too that I don't know if this was in the first one, but they have all the zombies hiding inside during the day, so you can't go into the buildings. But at night they all go outside, so you can, but it's dangerous.
right.
Was that in the first one?
I remember various camps that you could infiltrate at nighttime, but I think they were still in there, but I don't remember because it's
I'm
been a while.
sure, and I'm sure there's some, but that's such a great idea.
Yeah. The risk
Um,
reward thing to it. Seems like there's a lot more enemy types to battle with as far as the zombies go.
yeah, I think they said they doubled the enemy types.
Dang.
That being said, I don't know how far I'm gonna get. I played the first one. I got to the first night, pooped my pants and quit. So I don't
It's
do well.
terrifying.
I don't do well with scary, and this is genuinely scary.
Yeah, no, it's insanely terrifying. And although I love in the trailer, your character is just like drop kicking everybody, like for any reason, like to press a button, he's just drop kicking it. It's like that's his go-to move, and I love it. I just want to drop kick all day in this game.
I feel like I saw streamers like put all their points in the first one into dropkick, and
Yeah.
that was their whole strategy.
Yeah. We can almost like fly just by drop kicking. As I see
Oh,
this game unfold, it looks really awesome. I keep thinking, what happens to Dead Island? This is basically taking its lunch. It's like, why would there be any interest in whatever Dead Island could do? I know it's in development hell, but it's like they keep trying to
yeah.
keep it going. But it's like this seems to be providing that and then some. So why continue that franchise?
I mean, sort of like the way I kind of saw it. So they did the first Dead Island, which was kind of like this,
Yeah,
and but also kind of silly. And then so they made this, which is like that, but more serious. And then Dead Island 2 is supposed to be Dead Island, but more silly. And then that one got into development hell, and now they're just running with this. So it just, I don't know. I guess they got lucky, but also it's not really luck when these devs are fucking talented. Like some of
Oh,
the shit they threw into the first one, they're like,
Yeah.
hey, what if we put in 4-player multiplayer throughout the entire single player? All right. And they have this in this one as well,
Yep.
which is neat from the perspective of I could do like a evil playthrough. I guess it's all shades of gray, but I could do an evil playthrough. You could do a good playthrough. I can still jump in and
Yeah.
experience what you're seeing. Man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we should play this together. I'll maybe try and get this on PC and play, because it'd be dope to actually jump in with somebody else. You know what I don't see from this, and maybe it's DLC.
I want the fucking scorpion.
Oh, the grappling hook?
Yes.
You know what?
buddy.
Another game we're going to see has a grappling hook, and I feel like everyone's just running with that because, and then Necromunda has a grappling hook. It's the new thing right now.
I hear you really use the grappling hook in Necromunda. It is just like positioning tool 101.
Necromunda just sounds fun to say. It sounds like gibberish, but it sounds
It does also sound like a sexual organ.
Yeah.
Would you like to lick my Necromunda?
Yeah, it's an Australian curse word, I'm sure.
I like that shot. I feel like that's going to be in a cool scene.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to play.
You know, I'm not seeing any vehicle footage. They did add that in DLC,
That
but
looks so good.
there doesn't seem to
Right.
be any like vehicle stuff. But maybe down the line they'll do something like that with this game.
That's the other thing. They supported like the last one up until
yeah.
like last year.
Yeah, it's nuts. If you see the rundown, there's just like pack after pack. It's just a ton of content.
They're like, what? It's Easter? How about we put it in Easter bunny mode? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. I'll take it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. The way they support it. So you can imagine for the next 5 years, 6 years, 7, we can keep playing Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. It's coming out soon. This holiday is going to be kind of stacked. Tell you what.